What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we have just as Trump's America shuts down, India shuts down his dead economy talk. Before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you like to support the channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is hit the join button to receive your exclusive benefits. Let's get to it.
Two very different stories are unfolding on the world stage. On one side is a country pausing mid-stride, and on the other is a nation pushing ahead in full speed. This is the tale of the US government shutdown and the Reserve Bank of India's confident declaration that it's on a growth path, and coincidentally, on the same day.
You said you might do a lot of layoffs. If DOGE is already reducing the federal workforce, why is it necessary to link more federal jobs cut to a shutdown?
Well, the Democrats want to shut it down, so when you shut it down, you have to do layoffs. So we'd be laying off a lot of people that are going to be very affected.
On October 1, 2025, the US federal government officially entered a shutdown. This happened because the Congress tried to pass a continuing resolution, a stopgap funding bill that would have kept the government running temporarily at existing funding levels. The Senate rejected both the Republican CR and a Democratic version that included healthcare and Medicaid provisions. The shutdown comes after 7 years, the last one also taking place during Trump's first presidential term. Occurring between late 2018 to early 2019, for 35 days, it was the longest federal government shutdown because Democrats opposed Trump's proposed funding for the US-Mexico wall. Around 800,000 federal employees were forced to work without pay or take unpaid leave during this period. Prolonged shutdowns can weaken.
We're first forced to work without pay. I'm taking the unpaid leave. Like, am I gonna get paid once the government come back? Do all that time I put in get reimbursed? Because if not, I'm taking unpaid leave. No way I'm working without pay.
Consumer confidence and slow economic growth, with the 2018-19 closure estimated to have cost $3 billion in GDP. The approach has been criticized by analysts and unions, warning that public trust in government and employee morale could suffer long-term consequences.
Republicans are plunging America into a shutdown, rejecting bipartisan talks, pushing a partisan bill, and risking America's health care, worst of all. A few moments ago, Republicans once again rejected Democrats' proposals to avoid a shutdown, fix health care premiums, and spare Americans the calamity of skyrocketing through the roof health care costs. Republicans...
How can I get any... Healthcare costs are already extreme in this country. How can they get any higher? It's like my son's halfway up and halfway asleep.
blocked it again.
Trump doesn't want to lift a finger to stop healthcare premiums from more than doubling. But he is raring to go when it comes to firing whoever he wants to, or slashing whatever he wants to, or prosecuting whoever he wants to, or telling his military his opponents are enemies within, and tweeting AI nonsense and lying about whatever he wants to. Trump doesn't care about how this shutdown is going to hurt real, average Americans across the country. He doesn't care about the Republican health care crisis. He clearly thinks this is all a game.
Our position
Jesus.
is a simple one. Cancel the cuts, lower the costs, save health care. That's what this fight is all about. We're here, we're ready, we're willing and able to find a bipartisan path forward to fund the government in a way that actually meets the needs of the American people in terms of their health, their safety, and their economic well-being.
This time too, as many as 750,000 federal workers face furloughs and numerous non-essential services are set to suspend operations. Some critical staff like air traffic controllers and Federal Aviation Administration employees will have to continue working but without pay until the shutdown ends. Historically, during shutdowns, many public services slow or halt. Economic data releases may be...
How do you work without pay until we... Like, dude, people do bills. Also shut down until the government come back. I'm working without pay. I can't pay no bills. I'll get my son line.
Many public services slow or halt. Economic data releases may be delayed, regulatory activities stall, and day-to-day government functions get disrupted. While essential services like national security, Medicare, and military operations often continue, the overall effect is uncertainty, delays, and shaken confidence. Such shutdowns also reverberate beyond US borders. Markets cringe, investors rethink risks, supply chains feel jitters, and emerging economies can face sudden capital flows or currency swings. Now let's shift the view to New Delhi. Instead of gridlock, the message is growth. In its latest monetary policy meeting, the Reserve Bank of India chose to hold the key repo rate steady at 5.50%. Additionally, it raised India's GDP growth forecast for fiscal year 2025 to 26 to 6.8%, up from 6.5% due to stronger domestic demand, favorable tax policy.
Their growth rate, they're looking at 6.8% for their GDP. Oh my God.
And resilient investment.
Real GDP growth for this year is now projected at 6.8%. This is a revision from our earlier forecast of 6.5%. Q2 now is projected at 7%, Q3 at 6.4%, Q4 at 6.2%. Real GDP growth for Q1 next year is projected at 6.4%. EC observed that the overall inflation outlook has turned even more benign in the last few months due to a sharp decline in food prices and the rationalization of GST rates. The average headline inflation for this year has been consequently revised lower from 3.7%, which was projected in June, 3.1% in August, to now 2.6%.
Not long ago, Donald Trump and some of his advisors described India as a dead economy. The remark was
They're
meant to dismiss
idiots.
India's prospects, but the latest numbers suggest otherwise.
They're idiots. They just say whatever to get a reaction. They don't care about telling the truth. They don't care about it. They just say whatever, and they're the people who follow them will continue to follow them for whatever they say and will believe in whatever they say. But absolutely stupid. That relationship with India just kind of being disrupted is unbelievable, to be honest.
India's growth momentum and upgraded forecasts are showing that the fundamentals remain strong. On the other hand, the US faces risks from its government shutdown. With federal workers furloughed and key economic data delayed, the Federal Reserve could be left without the information it needs to manage policy. This uncertainty, combined with inflationary pressures, could slow growth further. The contrast is clear. While America struggles with the effects of political deadlock, India is projecting stability and resilience.
Mm. I mean, it's not lying. If you see what's happening in the U.S., it's like, geez Louise, are they good over there? Like, are they alright? They look like they struggling, and yeah, it's I don't know. It's just dumb at this point, stupid at this point. I don't know what's gonna happen next. Pray for us. That's all we have. If you guys enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you like to support the channel, make sure you check out the next video. I'll see you.